I finally watched Eternals. A decent copy came online. I had some time to kill. There's definitely a problem with the people saying how it was never meant to be a sequel, or it was never meant to have a sequel, because how it ended and the little things they put in there. But that's besides the point. It doesn't need a sequel. I guess I can agree with that. If I never see any of the Eternal characters ever again, that storyline never continues, I wouldn't care. It wasn't like one of those movies where you get a little upset at the end because you know it's not gonna be anymore. It's just okay. I give it like a C. Basic middle of the road Marvel film. Nothing great, nothing horrible. Had some stupid moments in it, like most of the Marvel films have lately. Definitely saw the well, not even the woke part. Well, maybe I'll admit I fell asleep a couple times during this movie, so maybe it just tried to push stuff in your face. But from what I saw, even the most woke character, or what should have been the most woke character, the gay guy and his family, nothing really that outrageous or outlandish. It's just it's a gay guy who is with his husband and they adopted a child. Or, it could be the guys in the first marriage. I didn't really go into it. Or if they did, I was asleep. I don't know. But the only time I can remember falling asleep was. This is a spoiler area, by the way. Well, not really. They get to the island that they're going to, and I fell asleep, and I woke up. They had restrained the person who they wanted to restrain, and then the girl was able to save the day. I mean, there's no sky battle, there's no fighting somebody who has the same power as you, well, has some kind of background as you, except for the guy they restrained. But he wasn't the big bad, because there was no. The big bad of the thing was the person who sent them all along and created them, because they're not really people, they're robots. And I'll admit, I know nothing about the Eternals in the comics or anything like that, never heard of them. I thought they were made up for the movies. Turns out they're actually in the comics. Made by the same guy that made the, Dark Side and those people. Kirby or whatever. So, yay. I mean, I know they, air quote, colored, unquote, the cast, because, makes, I can see where they're going with that. Especially when, they land on Earth from so long ago. You want to have them blend into society, be able to blend into different places, so you don't want them all to be white, pretty people. You want people to blend into the East Asian area. You send the guy that looks East Asian. You want people to blend into Africa. You send the guy from Africa. So that wants to blend into the South Pacific areas and a South Pacific person, that kind of stuff. So that makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense is that they're supposed to be perfect beings. Why in the hell did they make a deaf one? I mean, maybe she wasn't made deaf and she got damaged beforehand and they erased her memory. It makes sense. It's like, oh, she had a head wound and we can't fix the hearing loss in her until we get back to Overcrom Persei 8 or the fuck planet it is, some kind of green space station thingy. And I understand them wanting to turn the little girl who used to be a little boy into a human because, the actress is going to change. Marvel can keep their 30-something, 40-somethings looking nice and healthy and young forever because, all they do is pay them to exercise and eat right exercise. And give them personal trainers and all that. They can do that forever. A child, it's going to involve drugs to try to make them look that young. This little girl is going to grow. This little girl is going to develop. So I can see them doing that. Although they could have had something like, I've changed your robotic body, so now it will start growing and still left her as an eternal, maybe. It was better than Shang crap. So I guess the Marvel films that came out in 2019, it'd probably go Spider-Boy 3, Black Widow, Eternal, Shang crap. If you want to throw Venom in the mix, put Venom over Black Widow. The music was fine. The CGI and the directing and everything was fine. Nothing really out of the ordinary or great or wonderful. I can understand the backlash. I mean, it could have been put together a little better. Like, me personally, I would have showed how the Eternals were around longer in different countries and had that be, okay, they're in 5000 BC. Now they're in 3000 BC. Now they're in 500 BC. Hey, then they broke up. Now they're in present day. And that's how you show, not complete linear order, but not just, because for the most part, the action set pieces were in the past. And even after all the grandstanding about the Eternals actually maybe be the bad guys, they still kill the thing that they had all this grandstanding about. Maybe it's not the bad guy. Although it did kill the Mama Eternal, whatever the fuck you want to call her, the main one, the matriarchy, and then the fighter guy, the Asian man, who was Mr. Tough, to take their powers and make itself sentient. Because the demon things, whatever the hell you want to call them, deviants or whatever, they look like dogs, and then they can change themselves and look like other creatures because they evolve. I don't know. I'll probably never watch it again personally. Like I said, I didn't even bother buying it. I just found a copy online. You know, yo-ho, Pirates Life for me. I guess the next 2022's Black Friday, if it's like $5 or less, I'll get it. Same thing with Shane Craft, just to continue the Marvel collection, because I was saying about Black Widow, but somebody in my family gave it to me for my birthday, so now I have it. Just a regular Blu-ray, though. It's not like the Steelbook or anything like that. So, thanks for the 1 2 people who actually watch this thing, because no one watches these movie reviews, and have a good one. Here's a criticism for the movie. Some of the Eternals don't really need to be there. From what actually takes place in the movie, the Death Girl doesn't need to be there. The guy who controls minds doesn't need to be there. The gay guy needs to be there because he makes the machine. Rob Stark needs to be there because he's the bad guy. The green Asian girl needs to be there because she's the main character. The mama one needs to be there. The little girl, not so much. The Indian guy, definitely not, because what he provides to the movie is he gives them a lift in his airplane. That's it. And he fights a little. They could have had the tough Asian guy do that. I mean, yeah, his butler character adds some humor into the thing, but that's about it. I mean, I can understand why people would give this one a lower score after, how big, grand Infinity War and More of the Same was. It's like, oh, they're big fans of those, and this one doesn't have any other characters in it that they love. So, I see the critics give it a horrible score, but the audience give it like a C. I give it a C. And that's just it. I thought I'd add that on to the end. Because why not? No one watches these freaking reviews. I don't care that I'm wearing a jacket that makes a lot of noise. I don't care. Hey, at least that dumb noise isn't here.